Hello, and welcome to Plebpla, wherein we always try to do something a little different, a little interesting, and find out what exactly works. Today, we review not just the Grimoire Red Beret, as brought to you in the year of our Gunpla Lord 2018, but the Tiltrotor pack also as well, similarly, 2018. Bubble suits are not included. We will begin today's quest beholding our friend, piloted by a tiny ferret? Weasel? Ferret. I'm going to go with ferret. Ferret's nicer. A mobile suit piloted by a ferret based upon the kit from G no Reconquista, the Grimoire Red Beret. First, as is the plan that I've always tried to make, let's look at our runners. We get good old Polycap number 2. We get 2 of runner A, which will have the remaining pieces of some joints. I think these are probably the regular shoulder joints, shoulder pad or a leg pad, and the feets. We get 2 B runners, which is going to be a lot of our part of our feet, our belly, the forearms, or rather the biceps, excuse me. We get runner D, which is blue parts just for one of the accessories. We get runner E, which is the head and our shield parts. We get runner E2, which is completely unrelated to runner E, the red. And this is just the clear parts for the headpieces, which are very neat. 2 F2 runners, primarily joints and our weapons rack. And lastly, runner G, which is a lot of repeating parts for your arms, for your legs, anything duplicate, mostly here. Now, to speak of our robot itself, articulation is a must. We will go ahead and remove this backpack in case it obstructs any kind of movement. Arms go up and stop, but hey, that shows off that it's got some torso wiggle. Arms will get a full rotation up here at the bicep. Unfortunately, you only get a 90-degree bend at the arm, but you do get some extra bend here exclusively at the wrist. The wrist, even though it is, come on a ball joint, it is designed very specifically as such. Full twist on that wrist. At the head, you can get the full exorcist twist going on there. I remembered it this time. At the torso, you get double exorcist power. And as we saw earlier, you get a little bit of side-to-side action there. But none of the waist. It's all in the upper chest torso here. Look at that gaping void. Front skirts are the type that need to be separated should you choose. They go, that's your front flat. These sides, even though they turn, there's not really any purpose to them turning, but you can get a full and safe rotation on them. Side skirts, very interesting, especially that shape. But you get a lot of like side to side movement, which does free up some space on the legs. Ooh, I didn't mean to skip ahead. But it's a very short peg though, so you'll have to mind that. And no action at butt flap, boys. However, we will try it right in there. That serves a purpose, that little gap right there. Moving the front skirts out of the way, which is the only way that you're going to get any kind of forward motion. Unfortunately, because of these very, very large front pieces on the legs, you would have to take them off to get a proper front kick. because, as is very evident, those front pieces don't let your boy do too much. But he is a roly boy. It's very hard to... Yeah, there we go. Those back wheels turn. It's very nice. And we're going to move the side skirt aside. You do get, with side skirts out of the way, very nice split. You get a lot of twist here at the leg. You get not just the connection here, but also right here at the thigh. But do mind that twisting it too much might pop it out, and you might end up with it backwards like me. Ha ha ha. The knee, very limited bend. I'm watching the kit more so than I'm watching where my camera's pointing. I need to adapt, learn, adjust. Very little motion here, and we're going to go back to this just in case this was off camera because I am the fool. And see, exactly, it's not a very deep connection, but it's a connection nonetheless. So let's pop that back in place, maybe, or not. Crises! Small crises because I'm a plebeian. Very easy to fix it. Or not. Come on. There we go. That's the move. Back in place. And back to the review. You get a lot of range of motion in the foot here. Oop. That just pops in, and I didn't even mean to pop that out of place. I'm like, man, that's a whole lot of movement, and then I pop something out of place. And I'm about to break it again. Come on. See, this, I like to think, come on, me handling this and not cutting out these little errors in editing lets you see some of the actual problems that you may, come on, that you may encounter during your build and your handling therein. Which I don't hold it against the kit, I hold it against me and my clumsy fingers. Let me grab this piece from the floor. And there we go. It just pops right back in place. Everything's fine. It looked a lot worse than it really was. We put the side skirts in. I will say, at least, that the side skirts are very wily. That thigh connection is very, very questionable, I'll say. So, now that we've handled articulation, good grief, I am so mushmouth today. Let's talk about features. The first and foremost, the thing that got me on this, not just the fact that it's got Votom's feet, or Code Geass if you're younger, nothing against it, just saying younger, you have spiky boy feet. Now again, this front skirt, that's rage sounds, gets in the way of getting a lot of like poses in with, why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of bending the knee? Bend the knee. But even so, the side skirt here gets in the way of this. But it does have a lot of range of motion in order for you to do the clamps. And that just rotates right back in. Flip that in, close that up. The manual states to put your stickers, one on each leg. Do with it as you please, because the manual only tells you to put on 2 stickers. The third one, I don't know, I wanted them all on the leg, so I don't know. The kit also comes with a second shoulder in case you want to just have 2 red shoulders. That's not how Votom's went, but none of y'all have watched Votom's, I'm sure. If you have, hit me up with a review in this comment section, because I want to watch it one of these days, and I don't want 74 episodes of I'm bored. We have the backpack unit here, which opens very much like the ground type. Inside is nothing, because inside goes a blue knife with some struggle. and some fat fingers. Hashtag struggle. There it goes. It fits in there. It really has a place. The blue and green don't matter which way they go. They just go in there. Those go in the back. And down here, we have what are known as Minimoire. Because Grimoire, Minimoire, I don't know. I think that's kind of a dumb name. And it makes me think more of calling it a Claymore. And a Claymore is a type of anti-personnel mine. I learned that from Metal Gear. Now, I am not remembering exactly how these slot in there. But more or less, like so. Let me do this again on screen. You'll take the Minimoire, and without popping the legs out like the fool that I am, come on. Sorry. We fold them forward, and as you can see down in there, this little tail-looking piece kind of fits into that part, and it'll fit in. There's no like pressure. The hard part is sometimes getting it out. The head may separate from the body, but nothing in there is stuck. It's just a matter of connection. And then squeeze it, and you pop them in. Great time. Comes with also an open hand, ideally for, you know, holding on to the other side of a weapon. Comes with a red knife from the Red Runner. Now, as you saw in the green and the blue one, I've taken my silver Gunpla marker paint thingy and gone over this. Now I'm going to get right up in here and see if I can't show you without blocking the light. I'm blocking light, but I see where it is. I see where the shadows are. Come on. Focus. You can see two little marks on there. Those are from slotting it in and out of its own unique space. Because back here, that gap that I showed you, that you can see through, you can fit a knife right on there. Now without paint, it goes in and out smooth as butter. But that paint adds that extra little thickness, makes it a little more difficult. We're going to pop this shoulder out of here and put that just off to the side. Go to the side. Your boy also comes with a nice, thick and beefy shield. It's a little shorter than most, but it works just fine. There's no plug-in to go to its arm. Rather, it clamps in right here on the arm. Maybe today, tomorrow. Can we do it? Yeah, there we go. Nice and secure. It doesn't feel secure. It doesn't look secure. It is secure, but in my mind it doesn't feel secure, because then you still have this. So I'm wondering if perhaps no, I couldn't have it backwards, because then if you change position, you can put that on top. There we go. And as the manual and the box say, you get a nice hefty amount of coverage, considering that this boy is a bit small. And lastly, we will talk about the multifaceted super badass rifle of goodness. It has in the back my handgun. It has here, this is apparently a submachine gun in this state. The manual says that that is a submachine gun. Here you have a single grenade launcher, and then the barrel of the rifle as such here. That is everything that our boy comes with. I'm gonna bring this manual down on here, not that you can read anything, but to show it off. Manual is your typical 4-page layout, 2 and 2, one side color, other side no color. No, and you know, thank you Build Divers for making English manuals more common. And there is our, you know, Rommel Taicho a ferret. Let me scramble. Read this real quick. Nope, just says his diver form is really cute. It doesn't say what species he is. I fathom he is just a parrot. So we're going to shove our boy aside temporarily and come in from the other side with the not included, but very much, you know, canon counterpart, the Tiltrotor pack. I'm sure most people love this thing because classic gyrating, spinning propeller blades. People seem to love that aesthetic. It's great. It's not bad. It's just, you know, it was hype. I guess turbines? Is turbine the right word I'm looking for here? Have a full range of motion outside the leg. On the sides here is the typical place to mount the missile launchers. Down here you have 2 beam guns attached to 2 ass raw skinning chainsaws. You know, the Limp Bizkit. Take a chainsaw, skin your ass raw. Day keeps going this way, I just might break somebody's face tonight. Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit. Investigate it. Learn your roots. This down here, these connections here feel really flimsy. I don't like how loose they are, but I get the reason why they're so loose is because of just, it has to be like modular. And modular that'll fit with other things. So while they won't stand in place very well, clearly that's its one fault. As a unit by itself, that's a pain in the butt. Now where did that piece go? Over here. Alright, we got it. Now, while I don't have any other Build Divers kits yet built, those will come in the future, and I may or may not toy around with attaching them to other Build Divers kits. What we're going to do is attach this boy to that boy in a few easy steps. We will move these rocket launchers to the side. Missile launchers, rockets, whatever. I really don't know the difference. I know there is one. This piece here that attaches the legs, I'm going to shove that up into its Zaku looking face and simply mount that right up there. Now if you just pose him a little better, he's very stable with it on, but I just, for the sake of, you know, brain, you will take your chainsaws and make sure that whichever side that they go on, that the handle is facing in the upwards position, and you will plug that down here into the side, vice versa, or same on the other side, whichever. Now these you can really plug on anywhere. You can keep them up here on the turbines. I choose to plug them up here, right over the head, where they stay out of the way. So I'm going to slot that. They plug right into the backpack top there, and look, he's still standing. And as the manual suggests, you will take the big gun and attach them to each side of the gun. Bam. Now, the number one complaint I have about this is this joint right here. When it's plugged into the backpack, you see how loose and flimsy that is? If you tug it out just a little bit, it holds in place, but when pressed in completely, it's all bleh, you know, words. My second complaint about this, and this may be a case of the lack of articulation in these arms, is, well, let's do this first. Sir, I know you're back heavy. That's also a strange thing that happens every now and again. Once you get these handles up, and I forget which way they actually go. Hold on, I'm bringing this into my face. Alright, I see it. There it goes. And then you'll whip these around. But once you have this plugged in and in place, due to the, I'm going to say, lack of articulation in the arms of the Grimoire, you can't really get much out of that. Like, A, the range of motion is already limited due to the length of this part here. But then B, the lack of, like, range of motion in the elbow here really hinders you from getting, like, a proper, what looks like you're trying to ram the chainsaw into someone's, you know, mobile suit. It's not pretty. I'm not satisfied with this. I'm satisfied with the complete package here. I'm not satisfied with the chainsaw attachment scenario. And we're going to go ahead and plug this back in, because we need to put this on. Now, I'm putting this in the wrong hand. As it is typically known, most mobile suits are right-handed. Your boy is left-handed. Come on, why are we struggling with the hands? Why are we struggling? Because I don't want to break them. I've had problems with breaking hands on kits, the back plates. So we will pop that in right there. There is no trigger hand, so you can really put this in either side. It doesn't matter. No one's going to cry except for you if you are not satisfied with which hand it goes in. And once that pops in, the Grimoire easily holds up his ornaments. I guess the only problem is in this particular configuration is there's no room for the shield. But we do good. As for the Tiltrotor pack, let's take a look at the manual real quick. Manual is, of course, one sheet of paper, as is most accessory packs. Front side is instructions. The back black and white side gives you a lot of ways on how to configure and attach things. It shows you a picture of it being attached to other kits. However, the primary example here is used for Rommel and his Grimoire Red Beret. I keep addressing it by its pilot name and not its mobile suit name, because I want to bookend things in a particular way. The runners come with a few extra pieces. This is an extra centerpiece. This serves absolutely no purpose whatsoever. And you get 2 extra propellers, for which perhaps those of you with creative minds can do something with. You cut these down, affix them, make some sort of giant shuriken for another kit. Maybe for Ayames, you can have a Fuma shuriken. And this sticker sheet. The instructions tell you that up here you will put 1 of 3 stickers, and on each side here you will put 1 or the other. However, stickers 1 and 2 here are all 3 the same. These serve no purpose whatsoever. And then you have these 4 marking stickers with no number and no instruction in which to place them. So I have chosen to mark them right here at this joint, which I don't think I expressed. We're gonna see if I can. Well, yeah, there's that. They are segmented joints. And for a second there, I forgot that they were completely static, and I thought, maybe they rotate a little. And as you can see, while the arm is still holding up the gun with ease, with disgusting volumes of E's, and F's and G's, all the alphabet, the legs, you know, were kind of sliding apart, but easily remedied. With your boy, Action Base 2. Action Base 2, as you do. He does have the Action Base slot down in there. I'm just struggling. And there you go. It is not straight. No, that is definitely not straight. At least that connection is secure. Oh man, I feel like I'm gonna break this thing. No, I'm just quoting Men in Black. Everything's actually fine. And there you go. Even on an action base, he's still very secure. I'm gonna shake my table here. Give him a little jiggle. But there we go. Completed today the review of Grimoire Red Beret Rommel's mobile suit from last year, 2018. I didn't bother to look at the runners to see what year some of those were. You can find those at your favorite place to look into things. I hear Dalong is a great place to look at kits and runners and manuals. Hobby Search always has, you know, their manuals in separate pictures. They're great. I like to buy from them, but I'm not sponsored. Ho ho ho. So, this review, this kit, most certainly gets a fund it. It's a great kit. I cannot speak correctly today. It is a great kit. The tilt rotor is pretty great too, but it is not necessary to make the kit feel more complete. It is already very complete as it is. It's very basic military colors for those of you that really like that military aesthetic. On top of that, it's very smooth. So you've got a lot of opportunity there to paint, repaint, do as you like if you're into that kind of stuff. I'm not. I guess if you like panel lining, there's opportunities to panel line, but it's made of this particular, it's a softer plastic nowadays. It's that space between the hard plastic of older kits and ABS that's used for joints. Are you leaning back? You may well be leaning back, but I digress. It's a softer plastic. There we go. Here we go. The example here that I'm trying to express. This middle section here. Let me not be rude. Pardon me. This middle section here. This plastic here is softer than this plastic here. It's very curious, but I like to think that makes things a little bit harder for panel lining, but I'm not one to panel line, so you'll have to let me know how well that works in the comments below. It is not at all sticker heavy. You get detail stickers here for the stars. You have one sticker up here at the neck, and then every other sticker is hidden under these clear pieces that make it look really freaking cool. So, as spoken before, ZEON says fund it. And as always, ZEON.